Everyone thinks the oil crisis of the 1970s happened because the world ran out of oil. But the truth is, there was plenty of oil left. The real problem wasn't scarcity, it was dependence. And once that dependency was exposed, everything started breaking. Because this crisis wasn't an accident, it was inevitable. Gas stations ran dry, and people waited for hours just to move their cars. Tempers exploded faster than fuel prices. Overnight, energy became expensive and fear became priceless. Newspapers screamed headlines no one wanted to read. Even economists panicked, which is rare because they're usually just confused. The modern world had hit a wall, and it didn't see it coming. The official story blamed oil-producing countries for cutting supply. In 1973, members of OPEC announced an oil embargo. Governments told people this was the cause of the crisis. But that version leaves out something very important. Because supply cuts don't destroy economies by themselves. They only do damage when the system is already fragile. Behind the scenes, leaders had built growth on cheap oil. Warnings were ignored because profits were too good to stop. Energy efficiency didn't matter when fuel felt unlimited. Consumption exploded and nobody planned for the downside. Oil wasn't just energy anymore, it was power. And the clock was ticking louder every year. This wasn't a mistake. It was a delayed explosion. When oil prices quadrupled, the system snapped. Factories slowed down or shut down completely. Millions lost jobs almost overnight. Inflation surged, eating savings alive. Fear spread faster than any financial report. Entire cities felt like they were running out of oxygen, and people realized how fragile prosperity really was. This is when the world froze. Energy shortages cracked the global economy open. Markets stalled, governments scrambled, and trust collapsed. For a moment, everything stood still. If money could scream, this is when it lost its voice. But the oil crisis didn't end in the 1970s. It forced governments to rethink energy security forever. Inflation policies changed because of this shock. Your cost of living today still reflects those decisions. From fuel prices to interest rates, the echoes remain. Most people feel the impact without knowing the cause. The oil crisis taught one brutal lesson. Modern economies run on assumptions, not guarantees. When those assumptions break, everything follows. Energy isn't just fuel, it's the backbone of society. And ignoring that always comes at a price. Because every financial crisis starts the same way, with confidence.